Hello, hello.
So,
Welcome back to Unlicensed and Unbothered. It's Saturday, which means you asked for this. I'm still not feeling 100%,
Mhm.
honestly. The sore throat, it's still there, but I did survive the week, so we'll take that as a win.
Yay!
Yep.
Yeah, and also, guys, my ankle is finally doing a bit better. Swelling has gone down and everything. I'm not running around, but I'm walking normally, like I'm not limping, and that's a huge win for me.
I love that. I love that. So we're happy, we're thriving, we're great, and we've
Yeah.
got two different listener stories, and they're quite different, right?
Mhm.
So the first one is from a mum who's struggling to let go of her son now that he's technically an adult. So she knows that she's being overprotective, but she doesn't know how to stop without feeling like she's losing him. And I want to point
Mhm.
out that this is, I think, it's our first like adult, like our first, mum. So
Yeah.
a little woohoo.
Yay!
Woohoo.
Thank you for listening to us. But the second one, right, is a friendship one. And I think many of our listeners or just new people who are listening to this can relate to. So someone found out that their whole friendship group started this new group chat without them. I'm gonna start
Ouch.
crying. This is really sad. And honestly, it just kind of left them wondering if they've basically been cut out of the group altogether.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby, but
Yeah.
it's two very different situations, but both are about the same thing at the core, which is what happens when the people you are closest to start pulling away. And how do you deal with that?
Exactly. So, guys, buckle in, get comfortable, get your popcorn, get a good drink. Right now, I have my Celsius with me. She's my pride and joy. I
Love
have
that.
I have no snacks because I don't want to be like munching on here because I don't know. I didn't want to. But yeah, let's get into it. So this type of chaos is a family mess, right?
Mhm.
She wants advice. We're gonna call her Carol because it's a mom name. Carol is a very
Okay.
yeah, Carol's a very mom name. She is 36 plus, so it's our first time in this age range. So hi bestie, hi queen.
Hello.
And this situation is not that messy, but let me tell you about the situation. So I feel like I'm losing my son. I don't know how to stop it. He's 19 now and still living at home, and I've always been protective. Maybe too protective. I've checked him sorry, I check in on him constantly, asking where he's going, who he's with, and I still try to steer his decisions, whether it's uni, jobs, or even who he dates.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Did you
mm.
see the okay I gave you? Yeah. Let that sink in. So he says I'm crossing boundaries, that I treat him like he's still a child. And can see him shutting down with me, getting defensive, avoiding me altogether. And the worst part is, I know he's right, but when I try to give him space, I feel like I'm abandoning him. I've spent his whole life protecting him, being there for him, and now suddenly I'm supposed to just let it go. I don't know how. Every time I think about stepping back, I spiral. Like, what if he makes a mistake? What if he doesn't need me anymore? What if letting go means losing him completely? I don't want to push him away, but I don't know how to stop smothering him. Okay, Queen.
Smothering.
Okay, Queen. You are not losing your son. Okay, let me just say that. So you're
Hmm.
just entering a new stage because obviously of your relationship with him, because obviously he is getting older. Maybe he also might want to live alone. You have to like one day know. Every parent knows this that one day you would have to like let their kids go, like let them be on their own. But right now, you like what you say, like stepping back feels like, like equals to abandonment. That didn't make sense. Did that make sense?
It did. It
Okay.
did.
But honestly, it's kind of shifting from protecting him to trusting him. I feel like you're kind of like what I'm getting from the situation is you kind of don't trust him. And
Mm,
you didn't tell us that he didn't give you a reason not to trust him. But honestly, you're kind of treating him like a kid. And this is coming from two young adults, right? He is 19. He is considered a young adult. He is going to turn 20, right? He's trying to carve out his independence, which a lot of kids want and a lot of kids don't get because their parents are like too micromanaging. That's the word. But honestly, the more you tighten your grip around him and like demand stuff and like not demand, kind of demand and like kind of alter his decisions with your decisions, the more he'll feel like he has to pull away, you know? Because he's like, I don't, because right now in this generation, right, in our generation, there's a thing called a mama's boy. And
I was just going
yeah,
to say,
and right now you were kind of giving mama's boy. And I don't think he wants that. I think he wants just a normal, like, not, I won't say normal mom, but you, David, go ahead. I can't phrase this
okay,
properly.
I'm just gonna say that he wants he loves you and he cares about you and he knows that he wants the best for him, but he is a growing adult. He needs to learn how to be independent, be on his own,
Yeah,
be himself, and you're not letting him, right? Because the
yeah,
thing is, babe, you have you have given birth to someone, you have given birth to someone who's their own person, right? You haven't given birth to someone that's supposed to be attached at the hip with you 24/7, right?
yeah,
Because, you know, you're a mother. I'm sure you're a great mother. I'm sure you care about him a lot. But I think you need to rebuild that identity of yours that isn't linked to motherhood,
yeah,
because I feel like you have, to a certain extent, lost sense of you as a woman, which is what you need to, get in touch with again. I feel like he's 19, right? So it's been 19 years, I feel, since you have just taken charge of yourself as an individual, right? Your whole life's like been surrounded by him. Like it's always revolved
yeah.
around him. Right now, I feel like you need to literally just let the reins go for a bit. Build on, I don't know, your friendships, or pick up some hobbies, do some things, live for yourself. He's
Exactly.
trying to live for himself, so why can't you, you know?
Exactly. And the fact that you literally admitted that he's right, it shows that you have self-awareness, which is very good. And honestly, the key, right, is don't stop caring because you still need to care for your son. He's still your son. But maybe like start changing how you show that you care for him. So
Mm.
instead of like asking like, where are you going? Where are you with? Maybe ask like, oh, how are you doing? Or do you want to talk about this? Or like something like that, right? The switch in that dynamic kind of shifts from control to like a connection. And letting him make his own mistakes doesn't mean you're abandoning him. It's also growth, and it also kind of means that you're trusting him, and it kind of shows that you trust his values, right? And kind of think of it like you're teaching him to swim. So you were the one holding him in the shallow end all these years, but now he's in the deep end. And the best way to support him is by being on the edge of the pool. Start cheering him on and be ready to help him if he truly starts drowning, but also let him let him learn. There's this phrase that I always keep saying. Um I'll
Live and
remember
let
it.
learn.
Yeah, live and learn. Like, but I said no. It's another phrase. I forgot it. I'm blanking. There's a phrase that I always say, and tell it specifically to my dad for my sister. But I don't know. I'll try to remember it. But honestly, If
Live
you
and
start
let live?
No, no, no. It's
Okay.
completely different. But if you like start giving him like a breathing room he's asking for, maybe he will start shutting you out less and maybe more likely to come back to you on his own terms. And that's how you keep the relationship between both of you strong throughout adulthood. Like by not smothering him, right? But also becoming a safe place he chooses to return to you. Because a kid has to choose to return to you. Because I'm gonna say it. Some parents don't deserve to be parents, and I'm gonna leave it at that because if
Mm.
I start this conversation, both Jiva and I will go off. But yeah.
Um, I just wanna, before we continue, thing is, you're human, right? You've made mistakes. You've also done your best, right? And I feel like you shouldn't hide it from your son that, you're scared of losing him. I think you should tell him instead, hi, so and so. I I'm I don't like stepping back. It's hard for me to step back because I'm scared of losing you. And I feel like that, it'll humanize you to a certain extent. It'll make you, I feel like you're coming off very strong as a very
Mm-hmm.
controlling helicopter parent, even though you don't want to hear it. And that would turn you into someone that cares for him and is learning and, is willing to change their ways for him, which I feel like, your son, I know he can empathize with you. And I feel like you need to just give him a chance because,
Maybe have a conversation with him.
yeah, you know what? Because I think you, your idea of being close to him is knowing every single detail about him.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe the idea of closeness for him would be feeling safe enough to come to you
Yeah,
when he wants to. You
exactly.
like you need to start valuing to like him trusting you over you being able to control him, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
also, uh just before I end it off, before we move on, I also want to, because you mentioned that like he's shutting down, getting defensive and stuff, right? Maybe don't confuse that with absence from his side. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the times, like a lot of children, teenagers, whatever, they go through mood swings and they go through phases where, they want to just be by themselves. And maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he just needs you to step back. Because I feel like sometimes you can celebrate him as an individual and be there for him and do things for him without like from a place of interest without having to interrogate him and like
Mm-hmm.
be this like force that's just like constantly like pressuring him and just like always there nagging and annoying him. Like you need to shift your energy and just give him time and give him space because not just him as your son, but just people as individuals, everyone needs some time for themselves. He's
Yeah.
growing, he's becoming, an adult day by day. He just needs some space. And I think that's what you need to give him.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I know you've done your best. I know you're trying your best. But maybe it's time you step back and you focus on other things like yourself.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nuha, let's move on to the next topic.
Okay, so this type of chaos is a friend group implosion. Um, they want advice, they want to stay anonymous. They're around the age of 16 to 20. And
Mm-hmm.
it happened a few days ago and she found us on social media. We're gonna call her, do you have a good name?
Chloe.
Chloe. So Chloe, right? Hi Chloe. So she said it's not messy at all on
Mm.
a scale, but I think it's a little messy. But so this sounds small, but it hurts a lot. I found out my whole friend group made a new group chat without me. I only realized because someone slipped up and mentioned plans I didn't know about. At first, I thought maybe it was just for something specific, but no, they've been using it for weeks. They hang out without me, make jokes I don't get anymore, and it feels like I've been pushed out without anyone saying anything. And yeah, it's just a chat, but I feel it's bigger than that. And sorry, it feels like they don't see me as a part of the group anymore. I don't know if I should bring it up and ask why, or just accept it and move on.
Okay.
It
Um,
it doesn't
you
sound
are
small at
so
all.
young.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. Sorry, do you want to go or?
I just no, I'll let you go. I just want to point out that just before, Nuha and I continue, you are so young.
Yeah,
I swear we've, spoken about this, not this topic. Yeah, we kind of have
we kind
actually.
of did. I get literally. Fully understand what she's feeling, and
Absolutely.
I would honestly go to like past episodes because I've talked about this so many
Mm.
times.
I swear we've literally I think we've spoken about this on Monday, but on one of our Mondays. But I just want to say before Nuha, continues that you will have so many people come and go in your life because around your age, when I was I'm gonna assume you're maybe 16, 17-ish, right? Um when I was around your age, I had a massive friend group and that kind of disassembled itself. Similar things happened to me, and I can confidently say that I moved
Mm,
on literally a little while later, and I am completely fine now, and I've grown so much as an individual. And I can also assure you that you will absolutely um be fine. You'll be all right. And it sucks, I know,
it
but
sucks,
you
but
also need to remember the amount of people that are in this world and the amount of other people that would kill to be friends with you.
it
And
kind
just
of shows
because
who your true friends are. This
yeah.
literally will show who
Sorry,
your true friends
baby.
are.
The trash took itself out. That's what I would say.
Yeah, literally. But honestly, this situation, it doesn't sound small at all. It honestly makes total sense if you feel hurt about this because I will probably be bawling my eyes out, especially with someone who always feels like I'm not included in shit, right? Because being excluded, especially in a friend group who you value so much and you think, oh my gosh, we're all friends, it truly cuts deep. And not just because of the fucking chat, but also because it symbolizes belonging. Because humans, we want to belong in something. We need to belong in something because we're very social. We are social animals and we want to belong in something. So being lonely for us truly does hurt, right? And honestly, it feels like they've made a choice about who's in and who's out. And you weren't told that. And it fucking hurts. It stings. It will fucking break your heart and like make you question other friendships and make you lose trust. And I went through that. I got into other friend groups and like, oh my gosh, like, are they gonna uninclude me? Or whenever they start bringing up a plan where I didn't know, and I'm like, oh shit, they have another group chat or they've talked without me. But then I know, like, because the friend group that I have here, I'm the only one who's not in that program, so I understand they're always together and stuff, right? But they always include me. So I've learned that if they want to tell you, they will tell you. They
Mm.
will tell you about the plans. They will make you know somehow about the plans. They'll make you know about the jokes. They'll let you know, right? So you're gonna have two paths here. Like, so if you still value this friendship, which I hope you don't, and you leave this friend group, maybe it's worth bringing this up slowly and calmly. Like, don't make it like an accusation, but maybe just be honest. Like, be like, hey, like I noticed there's a chat I'm not a part of, and I've been feeling left out. Did I do something? And
Mm.
maybe like sometimes people don't realize that the impact of what they're doing until it's said out loud. Because some people don't. Some people also want to belong. So there might be people in your friend group who actually didn't want to be in that friend, like in that little chat, or actually wanted to tell you, but because they feel like, oh, they won't belong with them or be uncool or be left out in a group, they just go along with it. It happens a lot, especially in your age. It happens so much. It still happens now. It sucks, you know? But if their behavior confirms that they've moved on, they don't give a fuck about you, which what from what I'm like hearing, Chloe, I'm gonna call you Chloe. It kind of seems like that. Maybe that's your answer. It is
Hmm.
painful. It is very painful. But honestly, some friendships don't last for forever. And sometimes being pushed out clears space for new people who actually want you there, who actually want to be your friend and actually values your friendship and values your time and your self-worth. So either way, you were not too sensitive for feeling hurt. That's a normal human emotion. Like you just recognized when you weren't being valued. And honestly, that's a strength and not a weakness because a lot of people f not forget, but ignore it just to like be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I just have friends." A lot of people ignore it. I ignored it for a while when I was younger, and now I'm like, "No, if I don't get valued in this friendship, I'll move away from them. I'll keep in touch with the ones that I like. I'll keep in touch with them, but I won't
Can I just
be there."
butt in now?
Yeah, 'cause I'm done.
Okay, Chloe, what? Okay, ask yourself this, babe. What are you actually mourning? What are you upset about, right? Are you upset about the group chat? Are you upset that they made the group chat? Are you upset that they excluded you from the group chat? Are you upset that um you've lost those friends? Are you upset that you might lose those friends? Like what exactly are you upset about? Are you upset about the group chat or the comfort of who you thought you were in their lives?
Mm, okay.
Like I feel like you thinking about that and kind of figuring out that by yourself might help you move on a lot quicker. Um, because that's what helped me move on, right? Because it's literally you realize that you're fighting for people that literally just don't care about you. And I know that Nuha's obviously spoken a lot about different things, but maybe okay, I'd say this way that they've excluded you, this exclusion, maybe that should open your eyes. That's like clarity to a certain extent, where them excluding you is an answer for you, right? That's exactly how they see their friendship with you. And they've made it so clear to you, you don't even need to ask them for their honesty or how they feel about you. Like they have showed you the door, leave, you know? Um I think I think to be honest, it's a blessing in disguise
Mhm,
because you have the chance to leave those people behind and find better people that would actually give a damn if you chose to stay or leave. you know? I I also think you you maybe you should confront them and get, your what they feel, you should get your answers or whatever. But I also think that you fighting back and you arguing and you asking them, maybe that won't give you the results that you really want. I feel like there's no trust to be rebuilt because it's already been broken from them to you. I think that really just shows me or shows you as an individual that you don't have much self-respect or much like you'll tolerate disrespect just to like have these people in your life, which it's quite silly, honestly, right? Because I feel like a lot of the times, real friendship, you don't need to be going through all that, right? Like, I know a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the times, like, it's a sort of relationship. And a lot of the times in like actual relationships, the significant other people say, you'll go through ups and downs or you should always work it out. But friendships, right, are people that you have chosen to be in your life, right? People you've chosen to be with you through thick and thin. So if those people, um, you know, don't respect you, then who will, you know? I I just okay. I don't know if you want to have kids, Chloe, but put yourself in your shoes and you have someone younger than you that you truly care about, whether it's your future kids or your niece, nephew, anyone, or your sister, brother, anyone you really have that you care about, and they come to you with that situation, would your first thought not be leave them and never look back, right? If that is, why can't you implement the same advice that you give or that you think about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm I think that's all I've got to say. I think that you need to care. I think you need to love yourself, love who you are as an individual, and realize that these people just aren't worth your time.
Yeah.
And that you've got so much time left that even if today you feel like you have no one, I promise you tomorrow there's someone that's going to enter your life and you're going to have so much more, to live for. But, anyways, I digress. Yeah.
Yeah, this episode was a little longer than our usual Saturday episodes, but there were two really different stories, but they both kind of hit on the same thing. So, how messy it gets when love, loyalty, and boundaries clash.
Yeah, like whether it's really a mum just trying to loosen her grip on her son, or just, I don't know, a friend who's realized that they've been pushed out by a group, it's still that same sting, really, of, closeness that's like turning into distance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And honestly, the hardest part is there's really no clear answer. Like, do you hold on tighter? Do you let go? Or honestly, do you find some middle ground?
Yeah, yeah. And at the end of the day, every relationship shifts, right? Like the question is whether you can grow with it or whether it's time to just step back, you know?
Yeah, and that's where we'll leave it for this week's You've Asked for It. You asked for this.
And we'll be back next Saturday with more of your stories, right? Just more honesty and maybe a fewer illnesses and sore throats and sprained ankles and whatnot.
Yep, yep. But before you guys click off and leave, please keep sending your stories to the link in our bio because without your stories, this segment won't exist. And I know you guys will come back for more stories.
You guys always do, and we'll be right here waiting for you. Consider this your new addiction. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Mwah.